November live here. Hope you're having an awesome day. All right, I didn't know if people would be hopping on here or not. However, if you are subscribed, please make sure that you click the bell button so you get these notifications when I am going live. I did not announce this. And also, I just did a post. Oh, it says I'm now live in my email. Wonderful. Well, that's good if you guys have that organized through your email. I did a post saying that for November, I am doing $20 November energy forecast readings. And so what do those look like? Basically, I'm going into your Akashic records. So I'm basically saying a few things before I go into your energy, just setting some intentions, that sort of thing. I only focus on your energy. These are scheduled for 15 minutes. I put them on an unlisted YouTube video, so you have access to that for the entire month. So, for instance, one of the readings I did, I offered Reiki healing to the person so that every time they want to and they feel called to throughout the month, they can go back to that video. And then you're welcome to record that however you choose from your phone or something, but it's just to create more space and on, of course, my computer, my desktop, that sort of thing. So I just store it for a length of time. Now, if you've gotten readings from me before and I've said, oh, you're only going to have access to this for so long, I've never even deleted any of those readings yet, and those could have been from last year. But I just want to give you a heads up that that could happen, so you're not waiting to watch your reading, or you're like, oh, I think I want to go back to that. You follow what I'm saying here. So I'm going to pull up some cards for us. So keep in mind, we're going to set this intention to be supportive for anyone, okay? I will be going on at 11 o'clock a.m. Atlantic Standard Time underneath my TikTok. So I'm going to be doing $35 readings. So that means readings and healing. So whatever comes through, me applying all of the tools that I have, not all of them, but most of them, then I'm going to do that during that session. And so the time of that is just going to kind of depend on what I feel based on that value. But I usually make it clear how much time you'll need for a reading when I come on, okay? Often I'll say make sure you have at least 20 minutes. But of course, if you only have less, that's fine. But just to make sure you have that if we do spend that amount of time. What else? So the November readings, we also do card pulls. However, my last reading I just did with her, I wanted to use my black obsidian mirror. Helps with shadow work, that sort of thing. So I was actually seeing the energy of certain cards, which was interesting. It suited her, okay? So for most of them, there'll be cards. Sometimes I will feel called to some other type of tools. So just, if it's okay, be open about that. Also, if you are a TikTok subscriber, the way you can subscribe to my TikTok is, first of all, find my TikTok. Please follow me there. You'll see my link tree in the description, or the description in my channel. And so that link tree will click, if you click on that, that will take you to the purchase for the November readings. It'll also show you my TikTok social media, and then so it'll give you the option subscribe to this person's TikTok, or you'll see in my link tree subscribe to this person's TikTok, okay? If you choose to subscribe to my TikTok, you also get free readings. So for instance, when I go on at 11 o'clock today, you're guaranteed a free reading. So these, of course, are not as in-depth as a paid reading. However, it just gives you that attention that you need. So it piles up over time. So it's already online this morning doing free readings underneath there, okay? So just looking to build up here and there. However, I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, okay? So any questions in relation to that, I can help you out. I also have another deal that you can check out underneath the link tree if November is not making you happy. But the code for TikTok subscribers to get the $5 discount, because they get $5 off on every reading, so including at 11 o'clock, if they want to do an even more in-depth reading, that'll be 30 instead of 35, okay? So that code is underneath TikTok. I know it's a lot of information, so I'll put the details in the description once I get off of here as well. So you guys have release and surrender. So this feels like a check-in. When I'm coming onto my YouTube lives, it really feels like it's like, okay, just energy check-in. Last time I came on, we were talking about the weekend energy, but again, just general stuff as well. So I sense a lot of changes, okay? So one of the reasons why change is coming in is just because we're going through a transformative time. And so today is November 1st. So I did a general November 1st reading. I was looking to get all of the astrological sign readings out. However, again, that's just going to be time permitted, but at least I have that general reading out and I'm doing those personal readings as well. But the transformative energy here is just like, I feel like it's just the start of a new chapter. And so because there's so much change coming in, it's like, what can you set intention wise for your month right now? So feel free to write that in the comments as well when you watch that later. Natural agate or agate tells me that there's some type of like healing that you're going through, but you're having a really hard time working through it. So my recommendation is in my membership group, we have Reiki training. Reiki training would be fabulous for this type of energy. The other thing too is just any way you can pull energy. So I see Reiki as like, okay, the pulling, right? So if you know other ways where you can pull energy, theta healing is something I do in my membership group as well for people, and often again, I use these tools in my sessions. If those are things that you would like in your November reading, make sure when you make your payment that you're asking your questions, that you're putting in your demands, because if you don't ask, you don't get. So if you're hopping on, we are doing free readings, so you can bring on your question, or you can ask for a card or a general message, whatever you like. In this space and time, I'm not too concerned about questions. Sometimes I'll be specific and say I would like a question, but today it's all good, whatever you like. Okay, Amazonite. Throat chakra stuff really coming up. There's a lot of healing that's coming up in and around with the element of water. So if you're a water sign, definitely you're going to be feeling like you're healing more at this time, especially this month. One of the other things too is if you're out of balance in terms of your water intake, that's going to be really important to keep you moving at this time where this is such a transformative time. We're doing free readings, guys. Even if you say hello, make sure the comments are working. That would be great. These are for anybody. I'm also doing paid readings over on TikTok at 11 as well. If you're a subscriber already in there, then you get a free reading. Okay, so have confidence. One of the things that's coming through here, I see these beautiful angel wings. This is someone who doesn't realize how protected they are and how safe they are. Sometimes we get into our head about things that are going on in our external life, and it can make us feel a little funny inside. It can make us feel tense or anxious, but this card is saying you are so protected. So just as a healthy reminder that we are safe. Okay, and so we can really allow our mind to go into strange places when we don't need to. So what are you doing for your mental health at this time? Wedding. All right, this could be love life for sure. This is still kind of related to that new chapter. Could be a wedding proposal as well, somebody who's looking to get engaged or bring in a new partnership. I'm also feeling like self-love could also be a significance for the wedding in terms of working on the self, but this is all coming in quite strongly right now. So just a general checking, guys. Malachite, a lot of people are like shallow breathers, I feel like, that are connected to me. And so a big piece is how can we open up our heart more? How can we be a little bit more still as well? It feels like there's just so many things changing that when there's a lot going on externally, how can we kind of bring more calm into our breath, into our connection to our physical bodies? So as I was saying just now about the energy clearings and stuff like that, this feels like, again, if there's something overwhelming, what are you doing about it to bring more calmness in? Because you don't deserve to feel that way. And so this is a really unsturdy feeling that I'm getting that's just, it feels like those emotional roller coasters where things are just never steady. This could be a hormonal imbalance. This could be someone waiting to get into college or waiting for their kid to get into college, and that kind of like anxious feeling of like, are they going to succeed? Are they going to study enough? Like all the fears and worries. Okay, so this is saying, again, you're safe, but bring that calm in. Maybe there's something you can do to change the situation, and so that's where getting a reading might be fabulous. I do see someone watching. Again, my November readings are $20, or they're 15 if you're a subscriber in my TikTok. And thank you everyone who subscribes here as well. So giving and receiving, I'm going to combine that with amber. Okay, this is very strong fire. So in some ways we've got strong emotions, this need for calm, the water element, but then look at, we've got fire. And so these could be like inflammation flare-ups, things like that, the time changing. Someone again who's worried about their kid in school with their studies, just the worry of the education, things like that. Could be the education system as well, but I'm getting to trust what that means for you. I feel like there's someone who might be just a little bit even blocked emotionally, and so this might be like, I'm fine, I don't have problems. Yes, you do, and you need to talk about it, and you do need to release it. So if you think that you're all good and you're perfect, you're not, okay? There might be someone that resonates with. And again, maybe it's someone that you're around. They're just like, oh, I don't have problems. I don't need that. I know exactly who I could kind of pinpoint, who can be like that. It's like, I don't want anything to do with that. Or, a family member that's also like, ah. And all it is guys, that's fear, right? Fear of rejection, fear of being vulnerable, whatever it is. And it's okay to admit that we have problems. And we're living in society nowadays where some people are overexposing their problems and other people are fearful to have those because they don't want to become like those other people who just vomit all over everybody and everything, including social media. And there's nothing wrong with being that way. It's just reminding ourselves that we do need to have a positive public image, not because of how other people think, but because we also want to be a representation of who we actually are from a loving light. If we're putting out negativity, this is where the acceptance is coming up all the time, that will eventually become our life. So we've got to be mindful of our words. Be very mindful in terms of just your concentration, especially if you're the person studying. It's so important that you're following the guidelines, okay? I absolutely relate to this myself. So heart chakra, we already talked about that. That's just like also healing old trauma. There might be some gut stuff going on as well. I'm also feeling like you're still looking back at negative things in relation to like yourself, and this just feels like negative self-criticism. So where can we bring more positive self-talk in? Okay, the ocean. All right, so again, that water element, but I still see that balancing with the fire. So you might be able to tame that lion within yourself and bring in that lioness, that feminine energy, to again say it's okay, it's all right that you're this way. So I see some people just coaching and doing healing for other people, but then again, we need to do that for ourselves, right? So are we spending enough time on us? And so it's so important that we're valuing our time, our energy, our ancestors, and the wisdom that we have within ourselves. All right, guys, there is your message. I hope this resonates with at least one or two of you. I'd love to hear. I really appreciate the people who are starting to comment in here. Even if I don't get back to you guys, I do see the comments and I really appreciate it. And I'll do my best to be a little bit more interactive in and around here if you guys are suggesting that you would like that. All right, guys, take care and bye for now.